Hello students. So in the last videos, you have seen two programs. One is to finding the reverse of a number and how to deal with the calendar, right? So in today's session, I will be telling you a program for using different kinds of tools like radio buttons, check boxes, okay, text area, and different tools and how to create a simple form, right? So this is the 14th program from your journal, okay? So let's begin with it. So here you can see that this is the program, guys. So the name of program given here is create an application which will ask the user to input his name, right? So here you have to input a name, right? And display two items, right? And check the format using some tools. So what is the thing here, students? See, one thing is you need lot of controls here. So what are those controls? I will just highlight it. Okay. So you have first control, that is entering the name, which is a label. You have a second control over here. So that control I'll just display here, guys. Okay. So first is enter name, which is a label. This is a text box. Okay. First text box, right? Then we have a second label, second text box, right? Then we have bold, italic, underline. These are the three different check boxes, right? Then we have red, green, and blue. These are the three different radio buttons, right? So we have one more label here. It means label number 1, label number 2, label number 3. Text box number 1, text box number 2. Checkbox number 1, checkbox number 2, checkbox number 3. Radio button 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is a display button, right? So this is about the designing part. So for this designing section, students, you have to set some properties, right? So let us see the properties part now. So how do you go with the properties? See, we have label. This is first label. ID generated is label 1. Just keep it as a default. Don't do anything, right? Just edit the text and write their enter name. Take label number 2. Keep the ID as a default, okay, and enter saying that enter your text, right? So we have two labels, right? Label 1, label 2. One more label is there where you are going to type the edited text, right? So after selection, whatever changes you are do, that will be displayed in the third label, right? We have three check boxes. IDs, you keep it as a default. Text values, you change it to bold, italic, and underline. So we have three radio buttons. Okay, IDs, keep it default. Just change it to text to red, green, and blue. So we have two text boxes. Just keep it to default. Text will not appear for the text boxes. And one more thing, we have to include a button here, right? So that button ID you can keep default saying button 1, and text there you write it as a display. Okay, so this is all about uh, setting the properties, right? So now let us go to the Visual Studio, students, right? So and let us see how to design the code, right? Yes, so go for file. Yes, go for file, then go for new, and then go for website. All right. So when you do this procedure, a new dialog box will appear. Choose Visual C Sharp ASP.NET Empty website, right? Then choose the folder where you want to store it. So here I will name it as a program number 14. Okay. Then go for OK button. All right. Now you can see that an empty screen with the area will appear. So just go for View, Solution Explorer, right? Then you can go for view properties window. Okay. Now, what is the next step, students? The next step is you have to go for your folder and add a new item, right? So after adding new item, you can see that Visual C Sharp web form is needed to be added. Keep this as a default and then go for add. Okay. Now you can see that the coding area is available, and when you click on the design section is visible, right? Now time for design, students. So we have to design according to whatever just now I had explained to you, right? So we need first label. This is label number 1. Okay. Give some space, right? And we need one text box. Just drag and drop it here, right? Then go for the second label, guys. Just take, drag and drop. Okay. Click and come outside. Take one more text box, right? So this is the second text box. Same thing. Just go downside, right? And take, we need three check boxes. So here you can see all these are in the chronological order in an you can say in an alphabetical order, right? So we need checkbox number 1, give some space, take a checkbox number 2, give some space, take a checkbox number 3. All right, then come downside, and now we need 3 radio buttons. Take radio button 1, okay, go to the radio button number 2, and then give some space, and then go for radio button number 3. So please don't delete anything, guys. If you delete anything, there will be a problem for you to set the code. So designing is very important, and do it properly, right? So we have label 1, 2, 2 labels, 2 text boxes, 3 check boxes, 3 radio buttons, right? Now we need one more label here. So this would be the label number 3, right? And then after this all procedure, we need one button, right? So just take and drop it, okay? So just save your files simultaneously, right? Now let us go back to this property window, students. So according to this window, you have to set the properties for each of the tools, right? So all IDs, if you can see here, I have kept all the IDs as default. So we don't want to set any ID in this program. Keep all IDs as it is, right? Then we want to set the text, whatever text you can see that we have to set here, okay? All right, see. So this is the designing part which we just did, right? Okay, yeah. And now I will tell you how to set the properties, okay? Let us go back to Visual Studio, and here let us see how to work with. Yes, see. So now let us go back to the Visual Studio, guys. Okay, yes. So we are back at the studio. Then see, select label 1. You can see that all the properties are visible for this label 1. So text, you have to put it as what? Just change the text saying enter name, right? So you can take text in the capital as well as the small case. But what is important? Taking labels properly is very, very important. So if you take in your program, you can see that enter name, right? For label 1, keep the default ID saying label number 1, right? Now go to text box, guys. See, for enter name, at least first letter you can take in capital. No? All right, then go to text box number 1, keep everything default. See, ID, don't change anything, keep it default. Next, let's just go to label number 2. So here I want you to enter some message, okay? Yeah, I want you to enter some message. Then keep the ID as a default. Then let us go to the text box number 2. Keep it as a default saying text box number 2. All right, okay. Now one more property we will change for this text box, guys. So that property is text mode. Okay, so go to text mode and just take it multi-line. So if you take multi-line, students, what will happen? So in this way, you can put n number of lines. Okay, yeah. For text box, only one line you can put. But if you set this text mode to multi-line, what will happen, students? You can set multiple lines, right? You can put multiple lines. Now let us go to checkbox number 1. Okay, keep it as a default, guys. Huh? Keep it as a default. Now if you go to this your journal area, right? Let me open it for you. Yeah, it's here. See, so I have to take it as a bold, italic, underline, right? So same uh, data you can put it there, so such as saying bold, italic, and underline. So first checkbox ID, keep it as a default. Okay, then go for your text. So where is the text? See, it's here, right? So for this I can take it as a first letter capital saying bold. Huh? Same for checkbox number 2. Okay, for checkbox number 2 ID you are keeping default. Then come to text. Okay, take it as italic, 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 right? Now go to checkbox number 3, right? Select checkbox number 3, keep the ID default. Okay, go for text, and here what you can do, italic, and I can go for underline, right? Okay, yes. Now it's time for radio button, students. So for radio buttons, what we have taken, see in your code, red, green, and blue. Okay, so we have to go here for red, green, and blue. Take first radio button, keep the ID default. Okay, go for text, and here you can do it as a red. Take second radio button. So here text, you can choose it as what, red, and this is your green, right? And third radio button you can take, okay, for this text you can take it as what? Blue. So red, green and blue, right? So this is how we set the properties for radio buttons. Now guys, you have to set few more properties for radio button. That is a group name. So you have to give a common group name saying COLOR, where I have taken C as capital. So then again go for green, take a group name COLOR, color, again go for blue, right? And take a group name as COLOR. Why this is needed guys? Because radio button only one has to be selected, whereas for checkboxes you can select n number of checkbox, guys. Okay, now let us go to this third label. Okay, and here it is edited text, so where it will display the edited text, right? Now I'll go to button, right? And then you can just check it, whatever actions we are doing. All right, so we'll go to your journal once again, right? So this is how your code is designed here. For label 3 I have taken edited text as a text, okay, and I have taken for button as what guys? Display button. So this is the code which will be generated on the ASP side. Okay, this all code will be generated on the ASP side. Clear? Okay, now for that button what I have to take guys? Tell me. So you just saw here that for that button we are just taking a name saying as a display, right? So what is this display? Display is nothing but what? The text. Okay, so ID you are keeping it as default, so DISPLAY, right? So this is how the display button is going to work. So this is all about the designing part, students. Now it's time to generate the code. Clear? Okay, so how to generate the code box, students? So now if you see here, I can just double click somewhere, okay, or I can double click on this button, right? So when I double click on this button, you can see that the page load area is visible here. Make a note guys, do not delete anything once when it is generated, right? It is very, very important, right? So now all this code I have to dump or I have to write inside the page load. Okay, so I'll just do that guys. So we'll just copy this code and just put it into my page load, right? Okay, yes, so just give me a second to do that. See, all this code I have to write inside my page load. Okay, yeah, and you have to take care about all the closing brackets and opening brackets what you are using over there, right? All right, so I'll just dump this code inside. Yeah, okay, so I'll try to explain you this code in just few seconds, right? Let me arrange it. Okay, so this is the code guys, right? So you can see that this is the extra bracket which is generated over here, right? And I can see one more bracket. All right, so just save it, right? Yeah, so just close one more bracket to remove this error. Yeah, let me check what I have done. First, let me save it. Okay, so inside this protected, all this code, it exists inside this page load. Okay, so once when the page is loaded, initially all the tools are false. Okay, when I go on selecting the certain properties, right, my data will move on changing, right? So here the method ends. Okay, this is the page load method guys. Okay, so initially if the checkbox is true, right, first checkbox is checked, it will be true, right? So in this way you're going to do the code. So let me see the execution, right? So now just see here guys, I will run it. Okay, just go on. Okay, all right. Okay, now let me just check whether we are with the correct output. So here I enter my name, suppose Sneh, Nagaonkar, Nagaonkar. Okay, refer my channel, right? Message, and I wanted to convert it into bold. Okay, I wanted to convert it into italic, even I want to underline it, and I want to display it in the red, right? And then I will just click on display. Did you see that? So all these things should happen here. If I take on green and display, it will come in the green color. If I select blue and click on display, it will come in the blue color, right? So you can check, you can select multiple check boxes, wherein if you want to work with the radio buttons, you have to select only one radio button guys, right? So now let us move quickly to the coding part, guys. Okay, I'll just try to explain you this coding part, right? See what happens. So we have three check boxes. So initially all the check boxes are what, guys? False. So when you select that particular checkbox, it will become true, and it will dump a message in that label 3. So whatever you have in the label 3, okay, so main contents are going to be displayed into the label number 3, right? See, we'll just run it and then I will explain you the code how it works. Okay, yes, just see here. So when you enter a text in this text box, right? When you enter a text in this text box, which is in the text box number 1, this is the value of text box number 2. So initially all these check boxes are false. Okay, check box number 1, 2, 3 are false. So suppose if you select this check box number 1 will become true. If you select this check box, it will also become true. So you can select all the check boxes, then it will be set to the true. So whatever message and name you are entering, all these properties will get applied to this name and this message. Okay, then if you select any one of this radio button, that values will get applied to the values which is there in the text box number 1 and text box number 2. Now here I have this one, guys. This is the name and message. So this is nothing but what, label number 3. So label once when you execute the code, label number 3 is replaced with the name and the message. So label number 3 will acquire these properties, right? And this four color means color of the text. Clear? Now let me run it once again. Okay, so already we had executed that. Suppose if I enter some name, okay, and I enter a message, okay, refer my channel. So this font is default, guys. So if I take it as a bold red and I click on display, so this name and message is nothing but the label, okay, plus the content. Clear, guys? Okay, so please refer this code, refer the properties, set all the properties and try to practice the code. Okay, so in exam you have to write both, like first go for C# code, and then after C# code, guys, after completion of design and properties, you have to write the ASP code along with the output. Okay, so make a note that setting properties and designing, first thing is draw the design, set the properties, then write the C# code. Okay, and then finally after execution you can write the ASP code. Okay, all right, students. So this is about the program to create a small form and demonstrate the usage of all the different kinds of components. Okay, so see you in the next video.